Some women aren't bothered by you at all until you have a moment. You can be around her for years with no problem, and then the one night everybody's looking at you, she shows you exactly who she's been this whole time. And I'm bringing up the Jordan Woods wedding because the internet started having this exact discussion the second those photos went up. People looked at what Kylie wore and immediately started asking whether that was just a woman looking good at her friend's wedding or whether it was something else. I'm not telling you what Kylie was thinking, but look how fast everybody recognized what we're talking about. Now, all of this is jealousy, but some women keep it to themselves, where she's wishing she had your life and you never even find out about it. Then there's the kind that is put on display because she can't just sit there feeling it. She needs to top you, and she needs to do it on your night in front of the same people who were just admiring you so that by the time everybody goes home, they're talking about her. Go ahead and subscribe because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly which women have done this to you. And she can love you and still be like this. That's what makes it confusing. She can think you're beautiful and hate what your beauty makes her feel about herself. She can be happy for you and still be sitting there comparing. Both of those are happening in her at the same time. The woman I'm talking about takes that same feeling and turns it into a whole spectacle at your event. So there's only so much attention to go around, and when you walk in looking incredible, or you get engaged and everybody wants to see the ring, or people are complimenting you one after another, all of it is pointed at you. And she's watching that happen while she's comparing herself to you. So what you're getting feels like what she's losing. She's sitting there thinking, why is everybody looking at her and not me? Her relationship was fine and she was comfortable with how she looked. That is until she walked in and watched everybody react to you. Nothing about her changed, but your moment made her feel like she's been outshined by a woman she thought she was better than. So she starts seeing if she can pull the attention back. It's your wedding day and she comes through the door in a scantily clad dress or an over the top dress, or absolutely worse, a white gown that rivals what the bride has on. And everybody knows that's a taboo. Nobody's saying you can't look fabulous as a guest, but you have to be strategic and thoughtful about what you put on to somebody else's ceremony, because she knew exactly what the rule was. This is not somebody who accidentally grabbed the wrong dress out the closet. She knows what a bride is supposed to look like at her own wedding, and she knows what everybody in there is going to notice when another woman walks in looking like she's trying to compete with that. And now, if anybody says something to her about it, she'll hide behind, oh, I didn't even think about it like that. I've had this dress forever. And you'd have to be lacking brain cells and integrity to take that at face value. So, of course, calling her on any one of those things means she'd have an explanation ready for it. Of course, she would. It's when you start looking at the pattern that you realize this woman is not just doing random stuff. This type of woman won't compete with you until you give her a reason to. So, y'all are all out together and you're telling the group about the trip you just got back from. And before you can even finish, she's cutting in about the villa she stayed in last summer and how it came with a private chef. She didn't come to hear about your trip, she came to top it. And when she can't measure up to you and whatever you're being celebrated for, she'll pick a different lane. So you're getting praised for your career, and now she's competing on looks. You're being celebrated for your relationship, and now it's about how many men want her and how many proposals she's turned down. You're the pretty one, so now it's about money. She switches it up because she can't compete with you at what you're being celebrated for. And then it turns into a whole spectacle where it's more dramatic, more expensive, more sexual, whatever it takes to get looked at. Because being at your event does nothing for her unless people are talking about her when it's over. And sometimes she doesn't even need people looking at her. She just needs them to stop looking at you. So everybody's around you complimenting you, and here she comes bringing up a whole different subject. Or she brings up somebody else's news, or she makes a joke that kills the mood. She's not saying, look at me. She's saying, we're not about to keep sitting here looking at her. I remember going out to dinner with a group of ladies and everybody looked amazing. Everybody looked beautiful, but one of the ladies was especially gorgeous that night. I mean, she was breathtaking. So we're all at the table and I said, wow, everybody looks so amazing. And then I made it a point to compliment the one who was breathtaking. And I told her, you look breathtaking. And then another woman goes, everybody looks amazing. Everybody looks beautiful. Girl, why would you all lives matter my compliment for this one specific person? Of course, everybody is beautiful. I have eyes. We all have eyes. I can see that. But I'm complimenting her because she's the one who stole my attention. So I'm going to give her credit where it's due. And of course, this is the same kind of woman who can't handle anybody getting attention and having the spotlight on her, no matter who it is. I've seen it happen to other women. It's happened to me where I can get a compliment and somebody will all lives matter that compliment. So yeah, bitches be hating. A secure woman can watch you get 20 compliments in a row and still enjoy herself. She's not sitting there counting. She's not wondering when it's going to be her turn. She can clap for you and keep having a good night. And it's frustrating to experience this because you never did anything to cause this. All you did was exist and have people be happy to see you. You didn't ask for attention, somebody else gave it to you. And now she's competing with you over attention you never went looking for. That's what makes it so aggravating because there's nothing she can even accuse you of doing. You weren't showing off, you weren't competing. And this is at its worst at the events that are supposed to be about one person. Weddings, birthdays, baby showers, graduations, the exact days where everybody knows the assignment is to let this woman have her moment. And some of them look at that and think, okay, so how do I make today about me? Then afterwards, she'll act confused about the whole thing and she'll tell you she didn't even notice everybody was looking at her. She just wore what she wanted to wear. And why would she be jealous of you anyway? And I'm not saying she sat at home with a whole PowerPoint presentation planning out how she was going to take your night from you. I'm saying when the same woman keeps competing for the spotlight every single time somebody else is in it, at what point do you stop calling that random? And sometimes she's not even trying to get the attention instead of you. She's just trying to make you compete back. Because first, she creates the comparison, and then she needs you to acknowledge it. She wants you to notice what she's wearing. She wants you to ask about her news. She wants you sitting there at your own party comparing yourself to her. And that's what she's after. But it doesn't work on you because you're not about to start competing over your own night. So she's over there waiting on you to compete back, and it's never coming. It was never enough for her to look good. She needed to know she could still come out ahead of you somewhere. She needed to watch you notice her getting complimented and having a good time at your wedding or your birthday or your engagement party was never on the agenda. She needed to leave out of there feeling like she didn't come second to you. And that's why this woman will compete with you over stuff she doesn't even care about. She's not attached to the dress or the vacation or the car or the compliments. She's attached to not losing to you. Because when it's all over, she still has to go home to her own life. And that's who she was trying to get away from. So tell me about the time somebody tried to take your moment because I know y'all got stories. And what did she do that had you looking around like, is anybody else seeing this? Tell me about it down below. Share this, like it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Take care.